Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Financial Friday Live. I am so excited to talk to you about the mid-year money audit that you want to do. Okay. And I'm going to show you how to do it just like you are a CFO for your own business. All right. So here's the thing. 6 months of your business has gone by, right? It has passed, and you cannot change whatever has happened. All right. You cannot go back to January. You cannot go back to April, March, or June. But what you can do is decide right now whether the next 6 months will look totally different and even better than the last 6 months, right? Yes, yes. Well, that is what we are going to cover today. Okay. So, hello, Profit Nation. Welcome back to another Financial Friday Live. All right. We're live right now on multiple platforms. So no matter where you're joining us from, say, hey, girl, hey. All right. And make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button so that each and every time I go live, you will know about it. All right. Also, do me a huge favor right now and share this live stream episode with your CEO friends. Okay. Today, as I said, we are going to do a mid-year money audit like a CFO. This is literally, you all, a small part of how we do our mid-year money audits for our CFO clients. I am going to show you a small part of that. And so by the end of this live, you will know exactly where your money went, exactly what to do differently starting immediately so that you end this year profitably. Okay. Yes, yes. All right. So, for those of you that are new to me, for those of you that are new to the Say Yes to Profits Nation, I am Dr. Octavia Conner, CEO of Say Yes to Profits, a virtual CFO and tax advisory firm. Our goal is to help consulting firm CEOs have 6 figures in profit, which is that bottom line number, right? Not simply just earning 7 figures in annual revenue, but turning that 7 figure top line number into 7 figure bottom line profit. All right. That is what it means to say yes to profits. And then you're going to turn that profit into generational wealth. Okay. That is what we do over here at Say Yes to Profits. Now, I want to teach you again how to conduct a mid-year money audit like a CFO. I'm going to give you 2 simple strategies aligned with one financial goal to finish this year profitably. Okay. That's what we're going to uncover. Now, before I get into the strategies, let me say this. If you are now watching us on Instagram and you want a better view, then I recommend that you hop on over to YouTube because it may show just a little bit better. Okay. Because I'm going to share my screen in just a second. Now, like I said, I'm going to give 2 simple strategies. The first strategy is pinpoint, and it's all about knowing where you are right now. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. So we're going to look backwards. You're going to know where you are. We're going to ask a few simple questions about where did your money actually go for the last 6 months, not where you think it went, but where it actually disappeared to. And then the second strategy is all about planning. And so this is where you will know where you are going, right? So then we're going to look forward, right? And so we're going to think about what Q3 and Q4 needs to look like based on what we just found in strategy number 1 and how to get to your ultimate profit goals. All right. Here's what I know, right? I've been doing this work for 23 years, y'all. Most CEOs skip straight to planning. Okay. They set a Q3 revenue goal and call it a strategy. And it is not. That is actually backwards. Okay. Just because you set a revenue goal, that doesn't mean that's a strategy. And that doesn't mean you're going to be able to say yes to profits just because you set a revenue goal. All right. You cannot plan your way out of a problem. Hear me clearly. You have to pinpoint the exact problem and then fix it forward. Understood? Yes, yes. Let me know if you're understanding that. Okay. Drop some comments. Let me know if you got it because I want to make sure y'all understand this. So when I get into the strategies, you will get it. All right. I see. Let's go. Let's go. Exactly. Let's go. So let's get into the strategies. So now I am going to share my screen so that we can get into this thing. All right. So hopefully, like I said on Instagram, it looked right. Y'all got it. It looks good because we're going to get into strategy number 1. Okay. So strategy number 1, you all, as I mentioned, is pinpoint. Okay. So pinpoint, as I said before, is all about knowing where you are. Okay. Pinpoint is knowing where you are. So 3 questions every CEO should ask. I believe these are the 3 questions every CEO should ask. All right. So write these down. Number 1, where did my revenue actually come from? Not what you offered, hear me clearly, but what people paid for. All right. So you want to review which service line carried the business over the last 6 months, which client relationship has been the most profitable. Okay. You want to know, is one client generating over 20% of your monthly revenue? Because if it is, that is a risk, not a win. And so that is question 1, pinpoint. Question number 2 you're going to ask is, where did the money go? And so here's where you're going to pull your profit and loss statement. You're going to review the last 6 months of expenses, and you're going to ask yourself, what are you still paying for that you stopped using several months ago? Understood? Yes, yes. Let me know in the comments if you got this. You're also going to ask yourself, which expenses or what expenses are growing faster than the revenue it should have helped me generate? That's a powerful question, because a lot of times we'll invest in things and thinking it's going to yield a return, and it didn't, and it don't, and then you're still paying money unnecessarily. Okay, so you're going to ask that question. You're also going to ask, what expense would you cut immediately, like right now, if you were just starting your business today? Now, you may be 10, 20, 30 years in, but there may be some expenses that you're using unnecessarily that you need to cut right now. And you're going to ask yourself, what has been the ROI, which is the return on the investment, for all of the expenses that you're reviewing? Now, when you think about ROI, the return should show up, the return on the investment, that is, should show up in more education. Maybe you grew in some way, right? In more time or more money as a CEO. If you have more education in some way, then you can change that and make that turn into money, right? If you have more time, you can now have more time to grow your business. So that turns into money. But if you cannot clearly identify your ROI in those 3 areas, then more than likely you're wasting money, and you should cut that immediately. Understood? All right. Okay. We're still in pinpoint, right? So those are the questions you should ask. I'm going to give you another question that I want you to ask. Okay. Pinpoint. Thank you. Thank you. So question number 3 is, what is your actual profit margin? Not your gut feeling, because emotions and feelings is not going to grow your business, but what is your actual profit margin? Here's what I know. What most CEOs know is their revenue number. So I bet you, if I ask you, what is your revenue number at this time, you can tell me that. But very few know their profit margin. And so do you? Do you know your profit margin right now? Tell me yes or no in the comments. And if you don't, that's okay. There's no shame, but that is a clear indication that you should know it. All right. For a consulting firm, for a service-based business, your profit margin should be 20% or higher on every service, on every client, on every sale that you make in your business. If it is not, you have a problem. Understood? Yes, yes. So listen, if you do not know your profit margin, 1, you are operating your business with blinders on, and 2, you have several profit leaks that you need to fix, because you will continue to grow your business, and you may very well generate high 6 figures or high 7 figures or high 8 figures. But if your bottom line, if your profit, if your cash flow, you still feel stressed out and struggling in that area, that means you have profit leaks. That means you're not turning your top line revenue into bottom line profit. And that is how you build a truly profitable, successful business, where you're able to say yes to profits with ease, and then where you're able to turn that profit into wealth. Y'all got it? Understood? Let me know. I want to make sure y'all got it. Speaking of profit leaks, If you have not taken the profit leak diagnostic that we have literally in 5 minutes, it identifies what is leaking out of your business that you may be unaware of and your current profit score so that you can see how to fix that. All right. So if you haven't taken that, you want to go to diagnostic.sayyesToprofits.com. All right. Cool. All right. So again, let's go back. So strategy number 1, you all, was pinpoint. Okay, now let's move. And if you have any questions, leave your questions and comments in the comments area and I'll get to them in the end. All right, now let's move to strategy number 2. All right, so strategy number 2 is plan. Plan is about knowing where you are going. All right. And again, like I said, if you're watching it on Instagram and you can't quite see the picture, then you need to jump over to YouTube or LinkedIn where you can, or Facebook where you can see the whole picture. All right. So for strategy number 2, for the plan, let me tell you what you're going to do here. Here's where you're going to begin to set up Q3 and Q4. All right. And so in order to set up Q3 and Q4, you're going to do a few things. Number 1, you're going to focus on fixing one problem, one number. All right. Not 5, not 10, but 1. And so here's what I want you to do. Remember, I told you this is the exact money audit that we do with our clients. It's a small part of it, right? It's not the whole picture, but it's a small part. So if you hear me and you do it, you will fix things, period. All right. So you're going to fix one number. And so you're going to pick the single biggest leak or gap that you found in part 1. And you're going to make that your focus for Q3. All right. Then you're going to make one decision before you even get into September. So that means you're going to make that decision right now. Here's what I know. Many CEOs wait to Q4 to make a big financial decision, and then they lose the runway to act on things right now that could help them end this year profitably. And so what you're going to do is you're going to find that one decision that you need to make right now based on everything that we found in strategy number 1. And you're going to make that major decision right now so that you end this year profitably. Does that make sense? I want you to put your one decision in the comments so that I can hold you accountable, or DM me your one decision that you're going to make right now so I can hold you accountable. Okay. Then the third thing you're going to do, you're going to track one number weekly. Not quarterly, but weekly. So whatever the number you picked in step 1, that's going to become the number that you look at every single week for the rest of the year, period. All right. Here's the thing. I tell my clients all the time, what gets watched weekly gets fixed quickly. Somebody put that in the comments. Okay. That's an Octavia-ism. All right. What gets watched weekly get fixed quickly. Remember that. Also, another Octavia-ism that you can use, okay, that I tell my CFO clients, what gets reviewed quarterly, hear me clearly, what gets reviewed quarterly gets ignored often until a crisis has happened. Remember that also. All right. And so you're going to pick one number, you're going to make one decision, and you're going to watch it weekly. And based on what you're seeing, you're going to change what you need to do immediately. Does that make sense, you all? Okay, so strategy number 1, hear me, is pinpoint. Know where you are. I helped you identify how to know where you are. And then strategy number 2 is plan. Know where you're going. I just showed you how to plan to know where you're going. The goal is to end this year profitably. Okay, listen, let me say this. If you do not review the last 6 months, then you will hope to end this year profitably, but it may not happen. You do not need 6 more months of hoping the numbers work out. How has that been working for you so far? You do not need 6 more months of wishing to turn your top line revenue into your bottom line profit. Okay. If you are generating high 6, 7, or 8 figures in annual revenue, but your profits are not high 5, 6, and 7 figures as well, you have a cash flow management problem. And you need 6 months of knowing exactly what you are working towards and why and how in order to fix it. And I just outlined a small part of how you start fixing that today. All right. This is what I do every Financial Friday live. So if y'all got questions, put your questions or your comments so I can answer them before I get off. All right. And if this is what you need to work on even more, like you need a deeper dive into it, then you want to join me for my upcoming Cash Flow Confidence Masterclass. It is virtual. It's going to be live. We will take exactly what we just did today, the pinpoint and the plan, and we will go even deeper so that you walk away with an actual financial structure, strategy, and system so that you end this year profitably. And if you haven't registered for that, you want to go to cashflow.sayyesToProfits.com to register for that as well. All right. Also, if you're watching this and you're like, I need this type of financial structure, strategy, and support custom fit for my growing business right now, then you want to schedule a complimentary discovery session with me where we'll get on and we will easily bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be, give you that ultimate financial clarity, and then show you how our services can help you. All right. If you need that type of support, then you want to go to session.sayyesToProfits.com. All right. So I want to make sure that there are no questions, there are no comments, good information. Yay, I am glad. So make sure you go back and you implement this, all right? And again, either join me for the Cash Flow Confidence Masterclass by going to cashflow.sayyesToProfits.com, because if you thought this was good, it is going to be beyond amazing. Hello, on the masterclass. And again, if you're ready for a virtual CFO that gets deep down into your business and really help you make a difference and actually build a profitable company, then you want to schedule your discovery session complimentary with me at session.sayyesToProfits.com. All right. So y'all, that has been my time today for Financial Friday. I hope y'all walk away and actually use the strategies that we discussed today so that you can have a different 6 months than what you've already had. If you did not like what you've seen thus far, it's now time to fix it. Don't sit on it. Don't wait. Fix it right now. And I just gave you 2 simple strategies to do that immediately. All right. All right. All right, y'all. So this is Dr. Octavia Conner. I have a strategy session that I have to get to. Hopefully this has been informative. I come live every single Friday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you want to make sure if you're on YouTube, you hit the notification button so that when I go live, you can join me. If you have any questions, I'll answer your questions. I come live with strategies, structure, so that you actually are able to get on the road to say yes to profits. All right. So again, that's my time. Hope y'all have a good day. Say yes to profits, everyone. Toodles. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Say Yes to Profits podcast. Now it is time for you to make money moves. Take action based on what you learn. Now I'll see you on the next episode. Say yes to profits. Toodles.